Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Designer Future podcast. We're making it a little bit different today. We're actually bringing on Ashley. Ashley, first of all, before we get into it, introduce yourself for me.
My name's Ash. I am a Facebook ads manager. I work with a lot of agencies and I work freelance as well. Been doing this for over a year now. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Wicked. So yeah, the whole concept of bringing these Facebook ads guys on, content creators, video editors, I basically want to chuck situations at them and just sort of see, how they would approach the situation, because I think everyone knows as a content creator, a Facebook ads expert, if you like, everyone's going to have different perspectives on how to get the job done. And ultimately, I want to prove that there's not one way to do stuff, right? There's different avenues that you can take. There's different approaches that you can take. So I really want to put different people's perspectives into these situations. So basically what we're going to do today, I've got a client that we're working with at the moment, completely fresh. No ads have been run for them. The Facebook pixel is installed, so they've got quite a lot of data. And essentially what we're going to do, and I'm going to get Ash to walk us through it, but we're basically going to put together a retargeting campaign for this company. Okay, so the benefits of the benefits of putting together a retargeting campaign is, of course, you're going to be retargeting the network of this business and the people that already like, know, and trust them, right? So this is a really simple thing that you can do and probably get some results pretty quickly on the back of this. So this is an e-com business, so that's why we've got Ash in. Ash actually concentrates on e-com businesses rather than lead generation. So what we're going to do is we're going to chuck him in the deep end. He hasn't seen the business. He doesn't know what the business is about. He knows absolutely nothing about what the product is, what the service is, the business itself. I'm going to literally show him their website and I'm going to allow him to scroll down, I'll have a look at the products and stuff like that. I'm going to allow him to see their Instagram, and then we're going to basically jump straight in. I'm going to be in the ads manager, and we're going to have Ash basically walking me through like it's a tutorial, and he's not only teaching me, but he's going to be teaching you guys as well. Cool. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get straight into it, guys. Okay, cool. So the business itself is the Meal Team. So the Meal Team is essentially a food prep service. Okay, so these are actually local to me. These are a good friend of mine, actually. So this is why it's a really cool video for me. But what we're basically going to do, we're going to hand over to Ash and we're going to let him basically scroll down, see what they've got to offer. And then we're going to pick his brain on how we're going to basically start this retargeting campaign for these guys. And sorry, just as a quick side note as well, if you haven't already, definitely go ahead and download the Facebook Pixel Helper. This will basically just allow you to see that everything's running with the Facebook Pixel, and you can literally go straight into the Pixel by hitting View Analytics here. So I'm just going to quickly roll down, let Ash have a little look of what they have to offer, and then we're going to throw him straight in the deep end and see what we can do. So as I mentioned, it's a food prep company. They can come down and they can select weekly packages, monthly packages, power pots, or power pack creators, so they can create their own meals. So if we go on to here, we've got weekly packages, and you can see some of the options they have. So a weekly meat selection, 10, weekly meat selection, 15, week pescatarian, 10 meals, week pescatarian, 15 meals, etc., etc. So they've got lots of different bulk buyers. Essentially, they have weekly options, monthly options, and then basically narrowed down to how many meals you want throughout that week. Cool. And the next thing I just wanted to show you quickly was their Instagram, because a lot of the traffic that we'll be retargeting is probably going to be coming from their Instagram. So just to quickly show him their Instagram. A lot of food. So these guys actually work with a lot of boxers, and they are now working with the SC Dons as well, which is a really cool little collaboration. They're a YouTube football team as well.
Okay.
Cool. So, firstly, like on the back of that, Ash, like, what are you sort of thinking in terms of like strategy? Obviously, we're going to try and keep this to just a retargeting campaign. What are you sort of thinking in terms of the strategy? How would you sort of move from here?
So I would do a lot of testing, even in the retargeting. So I would test like website visitors within the past 30 to 90 days. That within being, the reason of that being, is like if the person's seen the ad. Actually, we'll go further deeper down the line than that. So let's talk about like engagers who have engaged with the content as well,
Mm-hmm.
and then website visitors. I put them into just one ad set. That being like if I'm guessing they have a like tracking view content or added to cart or anything like that.
Yeah. So if you want to, yeah, continue. I'm just going to roll into like their pixel and stuff as well, so we can sort of have something in front of us while we're talking about it as well.
Okay. So what I like to do with retargeting is combine engagers and website visitors, but I'd also exclude people who have viewed content, added to cart or purchase, anything like that. Just because these people have just like flicked through the website. This might have been, especially with a post, people might just come past the post, they might have read the post, clicked on it, anything like that. But we might have just caught them at the wrong time. So that's why I would just come up with like maybe an ad just to intrigue them even more about the product. Pretty much the USPs, but really brief. And like usually in a cold campaign, I would just talk about the USPs and why they should pretty much use this meal prep company other than any others.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to like that retargeting campaign, I'll pretty much just narrow it down and then just show them an ad and just get them to pretty much click on a landing page, not a landing page, sorry, a product page. Then I would create a retargeting audience for people who have viewed content or added to cart. A lot of people like to split those two up into two audiences, but I like to connect them together within the past 30 days, exclude purchases. So we've not got people who have purchased before. And that just gets people who have literally just looked through the products, just seen everything what it's got to offer, anything like that. And yeah, these people are genuinely interested. They're either reading about the product or they're pretty much comparing between another meal prep company.
Amazing.
So that's what I think about when I come to it. So then with that, I'll either retarget them with an offer. Do they do any offers or have any offers at the moment or anything like that?
They haven't said it about any offers, but they're definitely open to offers. So that's a really good thing to suggest to them as well. So is that something that when you speak to clients, so obviously you would suggest offers to them as well?
Yeah, I would suggest offers more than discounts because a lot of businesses don't want to offer discounts. They don't want to be like, for example, DFS sales. They're always like 50% off your new sofa. Yeah, offers are mainly like, it's kind of like a freebie and people love freebies and people don't get used to freebies either.
Today's podcast is brought to you by LEADPAGES. LEADPAGES is the application I use to create all of my landing pages and websites for myself and all of my clients. At the moment, you can get a free 14-day trial by clicking the first link in the description.
It's like a one-off thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then, yeah, with that, if that doesn't work, I would also in the retargeting campaign talk about, because it's a meal prep company, we saw some big numbers, or not big numbers, but for meals, like when you see like 16.99,
Mm-hmm.
29.99, anything like that, it kind of puts people off.
Yeah.
But if we compare this to, is it Fuel, or like nutrition supplement?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that I see is like £3.50 per meal.
Mm.
It really brings it down. It brings like their guard down, which then if you break it down and make it simplified for the customer, then they're more likely going to buy.
Amazing. And when it comes to like the creative, what sort of goes into your head? Obviously pictures of the meals, but is there anything more specific that you sort of think from that initial point?
Yeah, so recently, like between the back end of 2020, I'm seeing a lot of different ads coming out of like the norm. So you see like a lot of single image with just like a generic offer. But I've seen a lot of because of this lockdown and coronavirus going about and all this stuff, people have had to be creative and actually make videos from their own home and even from a mobile phone, and it's working really well. So yeah, like content is king, and I believe like videos are working really well at the moment. I know carousel are working really well. But yeah, with content wise, I would record a video handheld talking about the products, like hold the meal in your hand, talk about the nutritional facts, talk about the USPs of the product and what you're getting. But it's in your hand, people are seeing it. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing what's really working at the moment.
Wicked. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And the fact that you said about the handheld videos, one thing for the people watching and listening is I cannot vouch for that anymore. Like, because ultimately before I got into Facebook ads, I was a video producer, right? So I created content for businesses. Still do, but not as much as like going out and shooting the content, editing so that was one thing that I noticed very, very quickly was we shot like a video for a client, and it took us like 3 days to shoot, and edit this and get it into an ad, right? It took us about 3 days in total to shoot it, edit it, and get it up running as an ad. And we noticed very, very quickly that this very high-end video that took us 3 days to make was completely sinking compared to a video that I got the owner to record literally with his phone, talking about who he was, what his business done, and the people he helps. So yeah, definitely don't look past that of thinking that you need to have some like really shiny video and put days and months into creating this video, because something very simplistic like what Ash has been talking about is very, 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 very easily going to get you better results than some like big video. That's cool, man. So in terms of a budget, so this is looking at like just starting this account. We've got some Facebook pixel data with them. What would you sort of suggest for this new client to start at in terms of the budget, and what would you be doing with that budget? I know you've said you're going to split different ad sets and stuff like that, but just imagine that I'm the client, and I've said, okay, Ash, cool, like let's get ready. How much do I need to spend?
So it's funny that you said that, because I was about to ask the same question about budget.
Cool.
Like campaigns and ad sets like that always determines on the budget, because the more you have, the more you can spend on different ad sets and testing. In terms of the budget, I like to spread it. So it's got a little bit of data. I would pretty much probably spend 60 to 70% of the budget on the cold audience. As that people who have not seen your ad before or know the company before. And then 30% on the retargeting. When it comes to that, like my reason for that is that most of the money should be coming through the retargeting. So you shouldn't have to be spending much money there, because once they're interested, like all you have to do is show them an offer or just get them intrigued, build that person, and sell them on the feeling as well. That's what I like to do with my content, is sell the feeling and not the product. Because at the end of the day, having a meal prep it's easier because they don't have to cook. But it's also the benefit of them knowing that they're getting the right nutrition, they're saving time. Like even at work or anything, they can just pull it out of the bag or anything just like that. These meals are most likely made by experts, not just by like MyFitnessPal or anything like that. So you've just got to sell that feeling of that they're in the hands of someone else who have got a lot of experience in this niche.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a really good point for like any product. It's like, don't sell the features, sell the benefits. So yeah, really, really great, man. That's wicked, man. Like that was really all I wanted to get through with this, is to just really just give someone a plain sort of overview on your process and how your mind thinks when putting this sort of stuff together. with that being said, if there's anyone sort of watching and listening and they're just getting into Facebook ads, what would your advice be? Because, I know obviously we met and you was just sort of getting your feet into it. So what have you learned within this year that you wish you could tell yourself a year ago?
That's a good question. I think it would be not to complicate it. It's like what we've just spoke about is kind of simple.
That's enough. Yeah, like that, and that's enough as well. You haven't got to really throw all of this other stuff into it.
Like at the end of the day, as long as you've got a really good ad and a really as long as the creative and the copy is like really well, there's no reason why that campaign should not do well as well. Yeah, just don't overcomplicate it. Especially inside Facebook ads, like the structure, just have. I like to organize myself as well. So cold campaigns, warm campaigns, and hot campaigns. And yeah, inside those 3 campaigns, I'll just keep everything organized, but not overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. There isn't the magic doesn't happen inside Facebook ads or your structure. It happens in the ad and how you pretty much just sell that product to them. And you're not really selling that, you're just selling the feeling. So as long as your creative is on point, that's the difference between a 2x ROAS ad compared to a 3 or 4x ROAS ad.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Well, Ash, thank you so much for coming on. I know you would have helped a lot of people out with that. And yeah, hopefully we'll hear from you soon. I'll actually get you on the proper podcast. Let's speak about your journey so far. And yeah, man, thanks again for coming on. Thank you guys for watching and listening at home. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.
Hollywood 6.